All right, everybody. Thanks for joining us for the true end of the Golem in the Marvel Universe. This is Marvel 2-in-1 presents The Thing and the Golem, issue number 11. This is cover dated September of 1975. So wait, how long was that? Last one was December 74. So yeah, a year.
Almost a year.
Almost a year. So yeah, we were both kind of a little surprised that Roy probably was the one who said, let's finish this story.
Yeah.
Because they didn't believe that anybody bought the issues in the first place. So it's funny
But they
wanted
did.
to end this. They apparently did. So our cover here, this is lovely, I think, in my opinion. If you haven't done one of these before, we don't really talk a lot about the art because we're showing you the art. This is a video, but we're going to talk about this cover a little bit before we dive in and do the Power Records treatment of the issue. I love this solid white background. This would have leapt off of stands to me. Just the stark white background. Ben punching on the Golem here. It says clobber in time. How many quarters does that just pull out of kids' hands like a magnet, just with the words clobber in time on a cover?
Ooh, yeah.
I warned you to leave go of me, statue face. Now it's clobber in time. I will never release you, Ben Grimm, until I have destroyed you. What's this?
Yeah.
Chatty Golem now?
Yeah, I know.
This is the shocker you've been waiting for. End of a legend.
So many people have been waiting for this, Matt. You have no idea.
Yeah, and I forgot who did this cover. I believe this is Gil Kane. I'm going to have to look. Sorry.
I think it's Gil Kane. I can't remember who did the ink. So
the inks is what's bugging me.
Is it Jack Gable?
That sounds like a good... I think you're
I know
right. Joe Sinnott.
Oh, it's Joe Sinnott. Okay, cool. Joe Sinnott knows how to ink the Thing.
Yes, he does. He has experience.
He has a little bit of experience. So yeah, that's great. Okay, so let's go to the opening page. Stan Lee presents The Thing and the Golem together. Credits are plotted by Roy Thomas, scripted by Bill Mantlo, drawn by Bob Brown, inked by Jack Abel, lettered by Tom Orzechowski, colored by Janice Cohen. Which didn't leave much for Len Wein to do by way of editing, which I like that little note there.
So Len has the reins at this point.
Yep,
that just happened the reins. Year.
Yeah, it just happened in the last 6 months, probably. All right, title of our story, The Thing Goes South. Gangway, you blasted buttercups. We ain't hustled all the way from the Baxter Building to Grand Central Station to miss the 3:15 to Disney World by 5 lousy minutes. Ben, why are people yelling all around us? I beg your pardon. People are always yelling, Alicia, baby. They can't hear themselves over the noise pollution. Don't say that Mighty Marvel doesn't start your day off with a bang, Tiger. After all, aren't we the next best thing to breakfast?
We're not going to do we're not going to describe feel free to react throughout this because we're not just to describe it, but I was laughing out loud during this whole thing.
It's funny as shit.
Dragging her to Disney World, late for the train. Like, he has a fantastic car. Like, this,
he does.
Everything about this is ridiculous. And just dragging a blind woman around. And look at this guy getting knocked on his ass. Like, I beg your pardon. Like,
his legs are off the ground. Oh my God.
Arts. Okay, it's so funny. Continues on the next page. You'd think that cabbie would have understood when I told him there ain't no place to keep changing a pair of blue trunks. Arguing with him held us up for at least 15 minutes till I hung him up on that stoplight anyhow. Oh, Benjamin, you didn't.
Sure did, honey. And since them pretty little legs of yours are slowing us down, old bashful Benji's gonna give you a lift to the gate.
Ho hum, trains come in, trains go out. Nothing news happened since I took this job back in 46. Correction.
Nothing news ever happened up till now. Hey, what the? Is that the gatekeeper, Ben? Doesn't he want our tickets? Boom.
He ain't listening, kid. He's too busy counting the stars floating around his head. I'll never complain about normalcy again, Lord. I swear.
Yeah, just to break in, I mean, the Thing, all he's done is just smack small businessmen and just like guys, just schlubs going to their job, and he just beats the shit out of them as he's going to meet his train.
Just computers.
Yeah. It sounds like if the train is leaving the station, Ben. Nah, they wouldn't dare to do a thing like that, baby. Not to me.
Ben? What? They're just warming up the engine. letting us know that we've only got a minute or so left to get aboard.
Ben! They want to butter up a celebrity like me.
Ben! So it don't matter none to them how long they hold the train and foul up their schedules, as long as they get free publicity out of me being a passenger and all.
Ben, are you all right? Sure, honey, sure. Just had a little trouble getting the luggage on board. I see it, but I don't believe it.
Oh, it's you, Mr. Grimm. You was expecting maybe Casey Jones? No, that is, welcome aboard, sir. I think. I trust your trip will be a pleasant one. Thanks, Hotshot. Come on, baby. Let's find us a seat.
Within the car, it appears that boarding the train was only the first of our blue-eyed hero's problems. Here we go, Alicia, baby, nice and cozy. The conductor acted a little funny when I gave him a receipt for the damaged platform and signed Stretcho's name to it. I can feel the sun through the window here, Ben. It feels very nice. Gosh, it's the thing! Bobby, sit down and stop staring this instant.
Again, I don't want to hammer this too much, but doesn't Reed, can he just open a pocket portal and they can just walk through into the Disney World gate? There's so many reasons it doesn't make any sense.
No, he had to destroy a train and destroy 50 feet of concrete and tracks as he's slowing this thing down. Fucking stupid.
Jeez. Excuse me, I just realized that I get motion sickness if I sit on the left-hand side of a moving train. Do I tell you my problems, chum?
Come on, honey, I think the springs are shot in that seat. I think you're right, Freddy. Yeah.
Come, Bobby, the view is much better over here. Hi, kid. You are the thing, aren't you?
And not even the adoration of an 8-year-old boy too young and innocent to be touched by his elders' preconceptions is enough to break through the years of accumulated ignorance and open his eyes to the fact that there is nothing wrong with being different.
That's one to go on.
Yeah, it is. I wish the conductor had informed us that this train was carrying a circus. I would have made other arrangements.
I figured that was it. You'd think being a monster this long would have sort of numb you to the truth. But it don't. I'm a freak. Even though me and the FF have saved the world more times than I can count, we're all still freaks to John Public. And me, I'm the worst. The walking pile of orange rocks. I wonder why them gamma rays picked orange. Why so quiet, Ben? I thought this vacation might cheer you up, my darling. The gamma rays.
Gamma rays!
We'll look at some letters at the end of this. People were not happy about that.
I believe it. Of course they weren't. Yeah, the thing is just, this is this man, this monster.
Yep.
Yeah. And there are times when Ben Grimm is glad that the girl he loves is blind to many of the ways of the world. The train moves south. And so do we to San Pedro University in Florida. Best known for its physical education program, its cheerleaders, and the newest acquisition of its ancient cultures department, a monolithic statue of living stone known as the Golem. I saw the Golem move, Jason, so I will agree that your claim is that it's alive, but science must have an answer to the why of things. Why does this creature live? Neither I nor Saudia Yamal, your assistant, can answer that question, Professor.
Oh, you're going to San Pedro. They have that great PE department, right? That program is it's like world famous.
Yeah, it is.
But maybe this book can. My uncle Abraham died at the very moment that the golem first came to life. My uncle was murdered, Professor, and maybe, just maybe, the golem lived in response to a need for my uncle's spirit to be avenged. What I can decipher in this book tends to go along with that.
Poppycock. Stone does not animate itself to save dying scientists, but present that theory to a symposium of intellects, and by God, even the desks of this university will achieve sentience long enough to laugh you off campus. But you saw the golem move, Professor Yates. You saw him attacked by and defeat the fire demons.
Yes, son, I saw all that. Don't forget that the golem saved my life. And against my every instinct, I must believe with you that some strange life force empowers this lifeless stone to act to save people that your uncle was bound to through love, Professor? Perhaps love.
I think Miss Yamal's right, Professor Yates. I think the golem is motivated out of feelings of love for my sister and me, and for Mr. Logan, her fiancé. But that still doesn't explain those demons we all saw.
Yes, what about those demons they all saw? Delusions, or... At last, the book and the boy's words bear out what I had begun to suspect. The golem derives his strength not from contact with the earth, as I thought at first, but from a form of symbiotic love between his life force and the life forces of those who discovered him. How absurdly simple, and yet I did not think of it.
Before I lost 5 of my elemental demons, those of water and fire.
It's like the marble seal. My cat eye. To the accursed monster's might. He destroyed my water demons while at sea. Wait, that's an error. They were
That is
air
an error.
demons.
They were air demons.
Their very element, where they were at the height of their power.
And he triumphed over my fire demons in the place known as Florida, where he stands unmoving.
And now I understand why it is the creature does not move. His strength is not needed. The niece and nephew of Professor Adamson, whose life force is merged with the golems, and Wayne Logan are not endangered.
But that can change. Go forth, my demons. Separate the golem from those whose paltry feelings of love give him purpose. And then it will be my life force and my purpose that dominate him.
And I will rule the earth. The train carrying Ben Grimm and Alicia Masters continues on its way south.
Hey, kid, I don't want to sound like an old fogey, but that music you're playing sounds like a cat with a tin can tied to its tail. But they're playing the new album by Martha Hoople, Mr. Thing.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin from our news department. Huh? Turn it up, kid. It must be important for them to cut into great music like what you've been listening to.
St. Petersburg, Florida has been the scene of a cataclysmic event, the like of which has never been seen. Eyewitness accounts and verifiable videotapes show that the sea has moved in to cut off an area on the outskirts of the city, and the Coast Guard reports that a tidal wall is effectively keeping rescue crews from reaching San Pedro University, the only important site in the isolated zone.
Wow, that's a lot of heavy lifting for the
Yeah, it
radio
is.
guy. Ben Grimm does not wait to hear the rest of the report. Oh, what about our luggage, Ben? Forget Alicia, baby. St. Pete's only about a mile from here, and from the way that radio is squawking, there's bound to be a heck of a panic going on right about now.
And a fast cross-country sprint proves the thing's premonition to be well-founded. St. Petersburg, Florida has become a riot. I was right. It don't take much to set people off. What's happening, Ben? I hear people running, screaming all about us. It's the word of the prophets come true at last. We'll all die in the flood.
New developments, a monster has been sighted running amok in the city. He is described large, immensely powerful, and appears to be made of stone. That sinks it.
I ain't here more than 10 seconds and already someone's yelling monster. I come here to save them, and what do? Call me a freak. A blasted freak. Wait, Ben. Listen, there's another report coming through.
Hey, the first photos of the monster have just been transmitted. He's incredibly strong and seems to be wreaking destruction purposelessly about the city. How about that? They wasn't talking about me after all.
Hey, buddy, which way does a bashful, blue-eyed wonder like me go to find himself a monster? Monster? I mean, that is... Come on, Jack, I ain't got all day. He's made out of rock or something.
The Jack got me. Oh, shit. But Ben's question goes unfinished as the frightened Floridian floors the gas pedal on his car, and disappears down Main Street, at the other end of which rules havoc in the form of the golem. Whoa, smash! And the havoc is all the more frightening because the creature destroys silently, without apparent reason.
Although an answer is slowly making itself known to a certain trio isolated at the university by the Demon Lord's tidal barrier.
The monster is now tearing up downtown St. Petersburg. Authorities can do nothing but watch helplessly as...
Wayne, Jason, it's the golem! But that's impossible. He was standing as still as always at the college less than an hour ago.
Since just before the sea moved in to cut us off from the mainland. Even as he says those words, the truth flashes through Jason's mind.
It's the demons again. It's got to be. They've been after the golem ever since we left the Sahara. And if they're the ones who separated us from him, then he's under their control. Isn't there anything we can do?
That's the first time they've said where they found him.
Yep.
No, answers Wayne Logan. Not while we're separated from the golem by water. And hundreds of miles away, the demon lord Kabbalah chuckles. Run! Run for your lives! The monster's coming! I must be clairvoyant, Alicia baby, because something tells me we're getting close.
Crash! Ben, all the noise. I'm frightened. Yep. Sick, all right. What do you even call that?
Why is he saying psychic like that?
Okay, that's what it is. Yep, I'm psychic, all right. We found the monster. Sorry, baby, I wasn't thinking. You stay here.
Is that in the... there's no way to say psychic differently, is there?
I don't know.
They can't Yancey Street up that word.
No, they can't.
While old bashful Benji takes a look-see. Oops, you're a big one, ain't ya? So you ain't gonna talk, huh? Well, let me tell you something, Buster.
St. Pete ain't nothing to write home about, but that don't give you the right to take it off the map. So knock it off before I get mad and clobber ya.
In answer, the demon-guided golem lashes out and wham! Hey!
All right, prune puss, I gave you your chance, and now it's clobbering time.
Unfortunately for Ben Grimm, one of the golem's strengths is that as long as he touches the earth, his power will renew itself continuously. The thing's blows are no more than mosquito bites to him as crack. Come on, you walking rock pile. I hit you enough times to level Yancey Street and you're still standing. Ain't you got the message yet? Level a street? What the hell does that even mean?
Oops, I guess you ain't.
Hey, I was only kidding. Peace, pal, Pax. What do you say we shake and be...
Friends? Yow! Pow! Pretty impressive for the golem's first time at bat, wouldn't you say?
Look out! Wham! What the blazes do they have chimneys for in Florida?
And Ben is knocked right out of the ballpark and into a fortuitously placed palm tree. Woof! That's it. I don't mind being batted into the bleachers, but this ain't dignified.
Heads up, tall, dark, and ugly. Uncle Benji's got a surprise for the monster.
And he's gonna jam it right down your throat. Womp. Sheesh, he don't even feel it. You know something, Ben, old boy? This guy's gonna be a problem.
But even as the thing is lifted off his feet, a blazing word appears on the golem's forehead, and images of truth, for that is what Emeth means, flash into Ben Grimm's amazed mind.
What the heck is all this? Plug Ugly's telling me he don't want to fight, that there's a bunch of people at San Pedro that can stop him.
Key ripes! Smash! Kawam!
And that he's only tearing up the city because some demon or something is controlling him. Jeez, I'm starting to sound like Stretcho, but since it's for sure that even I can't stop old Marble Mug.
Maybe I ought to advance to the rear and bail out his pals, see what they can do. Face it, Benjamin, it's called a retreat.
But as Ben reaches St. Petersburg's newly formed beach, now what do? According to the picture I got from the golem's mind, this flood ain't natural. And since the head demon's got himself some little water buddies...
It wouldn't be bright to hop into their territory without an invite. A bridge, Benji. That's it.
The golem left enough junk after him to build a couple hundred Holiday Inns. And I'll only need half of that to get me over to the island. Nice idea, Benjamin. But as the first piece of junk touches the water...
Here comes the welcome wagon. Splash! Come on, kiddies.
After tackling the golem, you guys are jello. Getting this bridge built is gonna be a snap if all I gotta worry about is you pushovers.
Walk. The final piece of Ben's bridge touches the island.
And the frantic party that has been watching Ben's fight rushes out. He's done it! He must have known. Now we can reach the golem. Come on, what are we waiting for?
Nothing, Jason. Keep going, Rebecca. Don't stop for anything.
You heard the man, lady. You three must be big boys' buddies. I'll hold these jokers off while you beat it to the golem.
And like they say at the Saturday matinee, folks, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. No, not now. Not when I am close to full control. The golem's stopping. He feels our presence. Your uncle's spirit is regaining its dominance. We'll have to act quickly. What's that weird floaty stuff?
No, it will not be. The golem must be mine. That's the head honcho I saw when I locked into the golem's mind. His name's Vanilla or Karnbala or something? Kabbalah. He's mentioned in Uncle Abe's books as the overlord of the demon ruin. He rules the golem, then Uncle Abraham's life essence will be lost forever.
And I will not be stopped by a handful of frail mortals. Away, woman! Zat! My eldritch blasts will ensure that the golem stays mine.
And they will hold even a lumbering lummox such as you at bay. Hey, the stuff burns. Be thankful that it does not kill.
Hey, cut it out! What? The golem moves? But I did not order such movement. He defies me. He still responds when Adamson's loved ones are threatened.
And as if in response to Kabbalah's words, truth burns again on the golem's brow.
My demons are gone. I dare not face the golem alone, but I will return to claim him yet, humans. Mark my words. The golem, he stopped moving again.
Yep, sure looks that way. Now that the threat of Kabbalah is gone, I guess he's not needed anymore. And with all the reconstruction on the city, it's going to be a long while before we can get together the equipment to bring him back to campus. What will we do with him, Wayne? Just leave him here? Like it or not, lady, it looks like St. Pete's got itself a new statue. The pigeons are going to have a field day.
Maybe his presence will teach people, though. Maybe they'll feel a little differently about their conception of what a monster is and what it isn't.
Maybe you're right, kid, but I don't think so. After all, I've been a monster a lot longer than your pal here, and people ain't yet stopped to realize that I'm still a man inside this shell.
And if the golem here wakes up again, I think he's going to find the same thing goes for him. The letters of truth do not blaze on the inert golem's brow, but it seems to Ben Grimm that there is a momentary flicker of understanding in the stone being's eyes, and for a little while, the man known as the Thing feels a little less alone.
Next, the most unexpected team up of all, the Thing and who? Don't miss it.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, all of the elements of the golem are there. You had the Adamsons, you had Love, you had Emeth. So, and you know, you still had Kabbalah and his ridiculous fire demons.
Yep.
So, you know, not sure this is I guess this is closure.
Yeah.
Kind of. He's now just a statue in St. Petersburg. That's kind of lame.
Yeah. I want him to be destroyed. You know, like we've been promised that the Living Colossus, when he meets the Hulk, he's not walking out of that issue. He's done.
Yeah.
I like closure.
I know.
You want a letter? Like I mentioned, there's a bunch of letters about the cosmic rays thing.
Well, we'll just, yeah. I expect it.
But there's one here. Well, one just bitches about the Thing's behavior in the first part of the issue, destroying the train station. But it did say one thing about Marvel is that even if a series is canceled, you find some way to tie up those loose ends somehow, somewhere. It is this fetish for continuity that makes Marvel unique. And then it starts to complain about, I take issue with Ben Grimm's behavior. Another one says, my compliments on 2-in-1 number 11. I think it was excellent. It had the kind of plot that is considered a classic. Now there are only two problems. One, why on the cover is the golem talking? Two, on page 28, panel 2, the Thing says, after tackling the golem, you guys are jello. Now I ask, how the heck does he know that the monster is the golem when throughout the beginning he just talks of him as a statue-faced monster? Please give me a no prize. Please? It will be my first one. Have a heart. Michael J. Vassallo, Woodside, New York. And they say, give this man a no prize, but if you'll just open to page 22 and begin reading from the second panel, all will be made clear to you. And now for the gamma ray controversy. And that's when they put all the gamma ray letters in. But
Michael J. Vassallo went on to be a massive part of fandom writing.
oh, really?
If I'm correct, in Back Issue, Alter Ego.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, he's a big dude.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
They were saying that when the word appeared on the golem's brow and put truth inside Ben's mind, that he understood.
Okay.
So even if it wasn't explicit, but that makes sense. I mean, he understood Cornballa. If he had enough of a vision of the truth to know the threat, then he would understand that the golem is the golem. I'm like,
Yes.
plus he's Jewish. I mean, they haven't said that yet in the book, but he knows.
He knows.
He knows. He knows. So what you think? I was having a hard time understanding the burning urge to do this issue.
Yeah, I guess because it just was kind of a retread of the final issue of the Golem, just with old Blue Eyes thrown in. Like, it was, yeah, it seemed unnecessary. And I had figured that if they're bringing back this character, especially if Roy is championing this, like, I don't know, I would expect more to happen. I mean, the stuff that made me laugh and I enjoyed the most was just the Thing destroying a train and its tracks because he wanted to get to Disney World. And Alicia looks pretty awesome in those panels at the beginning too.
Yes, she does.
Amazing.
I like that a lot, and I really like finding out that I'm not a huge Fantastic Four reader, so I didn't know that Ben doesn't like glam rock or Martha Hoople or whatever.
He doesn't like Martha. Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, what came out in '75? I mean, I don't know. I think all the young dudes came out '74.
That was earlier.
Yeah, that was earlier.
I actually looked this up. They had just changed their name to just Mott and released an album called Mott.
Ugh, gross.
Like the summer before this issue came out. So
yeah.
That's what they're referring to. I never listened to them. All I know is the song Bowie wrote for them. So
yeah, that whole record is good. That record's worth checking out.
Yeah, I'll get it. He produced it, right? The whole album. Yeah. But I don't know what they sounded like before. I think they had like 4 or 5 albums before and had never really had much success.
Kind of boring.
So, yeah. Well, Ben doesn't like it. What does he? Does he just trade 78s with Steve Rogers?
I think he does. Yeah. They're just like, remember Tommy Dorsey and his orchestra?
Boy. Yeah. So, I know you had concerns about going out on a stinky note, but it just felt weird not doing something.
It's fun, at least. I mean, it's not a total waste. It was fun. It was dumb and goofy.
Yeah.
Do we expect anything else from Marvel 2-in-1? What do you expect? Great storytelling and closure? Not really that type of book.
Yeah, I guess so.
I know it's disappointing.
I was, even the Son of Satan one had like the return of a demon and the ultimate violent destruction of a demon being torn to shreds. Like, it was just like, even it was goofy and weird, but it was a really silly Western ghost for most of these.
So weird.
We found out Ben's scared of ghosts.
I loved it. But that was an awesome issue.
Yeah, I don't know. I kept. This was definitely a fireworks factory situation. We're just kind of like, yeah, we know. Come on, get to the thing. And then it's like, oh, it's over.
Oh, that's a bummer.
So it was almost like I almost wonder if Roy was. I mean, he plotted it and told Mantlo to script it. So was he maybe hoping this is after those sales figures came back and they realized, I bet that's what it was.
Probably.
Yeah. That's when they realized,
like,
oh shit, that actually sold better than we thought it did.
Yeah, I mean, this fits in with that, to where they get the sales figure back and then like, oh shit, put it on the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And then
this
is when it comes out. Yeah, you're right.
Because it's essentially a recap of everything that happened before, and it just leaves it in a very neutral, like, we could come back and pick this up at any time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet that's what it was.
I laughed at the title too. Just The Thing Goes South. All I could think of is The Ghoul Goes West.
Oh, that's a great title. One of Ed's good pitches.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you for suffering through it. I just wanted to do another. It's been a while since we've done a not motion comic, but whatever the hell this is. So one excuse to do it, and the golem seemed like a good, fluffy, stupid thing to do with it.
No, it was great. I love doing these things. I hope other people like them because I love it.
Yeah, me too. Well, thank you, and I hope you folks liked it. And yeah, let us know if you enjoy these things as being member exclusives, because we sure like doing them, but we don't have to.
No.
Do something else.
Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah, let us know what you think if you guys like this or not.
Cool. All right, everybody. Well, thank you for being members. Thank you for your support. We appreciate you. And as your ever-loving blue-eyed Matt, see you next time.
It's clobbering time.
It is clobbering. It's always clobbering time. I need to watch that says that. It's like chili time. This baby's wasted on you.
Time for chili.
Time for chili. That's what it is.